Hey guys, Johnny H here, and NCAA Football 25 has finally dropped, the long-awaited college football game. This is 10 years in the making. I'm pumped, just like everybody else is, and I decided to do an online Dynasty with my boy, MetalMike. And as you can see, I am going to be controlling Vanderbilt, and Mike will be controlling Toledo. We both randomized our teams through our own systems, and these are the two teams that won. So let's start off by checking out our schedules for the upcoming season. As you can see, we're in preseason phase right now. We're going to do the recruiting, but a little bit later. So right now we're going to check our schedules. Now I'm in the SEC, so my schedule is going to be a little bit tougher. Starting out with Virginia Tech, then FCS South, then Georgia State. Then I get my first challenge, number 10 ranked Missouri. Then the bye. Coming out of the bye is number 6 Alabama. Now this is at home at least. So hopefully First Bank Stadium will be in my favor, and playing at home will help me out here. Then we get Kentucky. I get Ball State, and number 3 Texas. Again, at home. I didn't adjust anything on the schedule, and I don't plan on it. Followed by Auburn, then week 11, South Carolina, then another bye. Then I get number 13 LSU on the road, going to Tiger Stadium. That one might be a tough one. Followed by number 15 Tennessee at home, Army-Navy week, and then the SEC Championship. But for the most part, this schedule might be tough because I do play a lot of ranked teams, but the majority of them are at home. So I will take that and run with it. Looking at Metal Mike's schedule, he is in the MAC, the Toledo Rockets. They play FCS Midwest week 1, then they play UMass week 2. Week 3 and 4 they're on the road at Mississippi State and Western Kentucky. Bye week 5. Week 6 at home against Miami, Ohio. Then week 7 and 8 on the road against Buffalo and Northern Illinois. Coming back home week 9 to play Bowling Green. Then going on the road to Eastern Michigan. A bye week follows that. Then they get 2 games at home, one against Central Michigan, and then week 13 against Ohio. And they end their season on the road at Akron. Then they have Army-Navy week, and hopefully the Toledo Rockets will be in the MAC championship. Let's take a look at our actual teams here. We'll start with the Vanderbilt Commodores. At quarterback, nothing really spectacular. I have Nate Johnson, a junior, rated 77 as my starter. And then behind him, 2 redshirt juniors, both rated 75, Dylan Carter and Drew Dickey. So 3 players in their juniors, my top 3 quarterbacks, following by a sophomore and a freshman, both bare 170 and 169. That to me isn't very promising. At running back, this is a little bit more promising. Cedric Alexander, he's a sophomore and he's rated 79, so I will take that all the way. Fullback, Jeremy Duggins is rated a 67 and he's a senior, so I'll definitely be losing him. I mean, wide receiver doesn't look anything really to brag about. I do have junior Sherrill, he's a sophomore, rated 80. But then my next best is a senior who I'll lose, Quincy Skinner Jr. And then after that, the 78 drops to a 73. That's not really promising. Tight end doesn't look really much better. I mean, Eli Stowers is a junior, rated 75. Maybe have him for a year or two, along with Cole Spence, a junior, rated 74. Boy, left tackle looks, eesh. Gunnar Hansen, senior, rated 75, is my starter. Then it just drops to a 70. A sophomore who's rated 70. My left guard, Grayson Morgan, junior, rated 78, and then followed by a senior, rated 75, in Kiva Wesley. Not looking too good in depth. This is a little bit more promising. Steven Lasoya, he's a senior, rated 78 at center. But then it drops to a sophomore, rated 77, in Cade McConnell. So my center is looking a little bit more promising, but I'm going to lose two of them because two of them are seniors. That's inevitable. Right guard doesn't look promising at all. Gabe Pitchford is a senior, rated 72, and then his backup is a senior, rated 71. So I'm going to definitely have to do some work in the right guard. Right tackle, we have Missile Sandoval. It's a sophomore, rated 75. Okay, I can work with that. I'll have 2 years with him, hopefully. Hopefully he doesn't leave after his junior year or transfer out. Left end, Uy vey. They're not bad. I mean, my top two are rated 79. Cahorty, Snyder, and Zaylen Wood, but they're seniors. So I'm losing them after this year and potentially could lose my backup. So my whole depth could be gone at left end after this year. Hopefully not, but we'll see what happens. At right end, again, the same situation. Two seniors rated 79, Miles Capers and Aeneas DeCosmo, gone after this year. Under him, it's a 5 overall drop-off, but it's still a drop-off. And he's a junior, so we'll see what happens there. Defensive tackle, again, a senior's a starter, rated 76. Hopefully, Yalenin, I know I'm going to butcher this name, Owatera, he's a junior. Hopefully he comes back because it's all juniors and seniors up until this sophomore at the very bottom. At left outside linebacker, I have one. He's a freshman, rated 60, Mason Carter, so I'm definitely going to have to hit that in recruiting. Middle linebacker, Langston Patterson, rated 82, not bad, junior. Hopefully he stays. If he doesn't, I'm definitely losing Carson Castile. He's a senior. So that would just leave me Ryan Longwell, a sophomore, rated 70. Middle linebacker could be hurting. But my goodness. Again, another position right outside linebacker. Juniors and seniors. I'm definitely losing Prince Kali. So hopefully Bryce Cohen stays, or at the very least, Nicholas Rinaldi stays. So I'm going to have to hit that with recruiting. So both outside linebackers. Cornerback, I'm liking Martell Height, the sophomore, rated 78. I'm liking that. That's promise there because there's no guarantee Trudell Berry will come back. And Tyson Russell's not coming back. Kobe Taylor shouldn't be coming back. They're both seniors. All their decent players, for the most part, on defense are juniors and seniors, which I get it. They've been there for a while, so they should be rated higher. Now, I really like Dante Carter. Free safety, freshman, rated 79. Hopefully, I can get 4 years out of him. 3 at the very least. Hopefully, I might be able to build a defense around him. At strong safety, CJ Taylor is a senior, rated 89, but right under him, Brandon Fontanetti, a sophomore, rated 80. I can work with that. So he should be staying at least 2 years. At kicker, I have a sophomore, Brock Taylor, rated 70, and a senior, Will Ferris, rated 66. Both don't really look super promising to me. And at punter, a senior rated 74 and a sophomore rated 60. Yikes. So when he leaves, my punting's going to be hurting. Let's jump over to Toledo and check out Metal Mike's roster here. At quarterback, junior Tucker Gleason, rated 79. Right under him, John Allen Richter, a sophomore, rated 71. It'll be interesting to see, one, if Gleason comes back, and two, if he goes to recruit somebody higher than John Allen Richter. I do like that name, though. At running back, he has his 2 seniors as his top 2. Jaquez Stewart, rated 85. And Chris Pachevic, rated 77. Hopefully Willie Shaw III, his junior, rated 75, comes back and it just doesn't leave him with Connor Walzendeck. I know I butchered that. A sophomore, rated 68, as his running back next year. You might want to look into recruiting running backs. He has no fullback, so Toledo must not use fullbacks. At wide receiver, Juwan Newton, senior, rated 88. That's going to be a loss when he loses him next year. Hopefully, junior Vandeross III, a junior, rated 85, returns for him, because his top 5 receivers are all juniors and seniors, so hopefully he gets some value in some of them coming back. At tight end, we have senior Anthony Torres, rated 84. That's going to be a loss. Hopefully CC Ezrium, he's a sophomore, rated 73, can step up for him, or Mike recruits. But his offense looks pretty good. They're going to take some hits so far next year, but I mean, at left tackle, hurting a little bit. Alan Jones Jr., rated 73, he'll be gone next year. So hopefully Garrett Schweibert, he's a junior, rated 72, comes back. At left guard, he's got junior Carter Foudy, rated 74. And then right under him, another junior. So he might be hurting at left guard. At center, sophomore 75, Ethan Splock. I do like that he has 2 sophomores not badly rated here. I mean, then you have this guy, but he's a work in progress. So he's looking pretty good at center. At right guard, he's going to be losing Jacob James, but he does have Jackson Cannon, another cool name, rated 71, right under him, ready to go. At right tackle, he's got sophomore Stephen Gales, rated 70. Okay, that's not too bad. A little room for improvement, but it's not terrible. At left end, senior DeAndre Rajan, 81. That really shouldn't be too big of a loss, because right under him he has sophomore Travian Ford, who's rated 80. So he has somebody ready to jump right in when DeAndre leaves. At right end, he has Deshaun Holt at 83. He's a senior. And then Jeremiah Peters, rated 79. He's a junior. Hopefully after Holt leaves, Peters stays and it's not a super hurt for him. At defensive tackle, his top 2 are seniors. Darius Alexander, rated 84, and Caven Butler. rated 76. Gonna be losses because it's a pretty big drop with the next two. Actually, the next three juniors, 271s and 170. You might want to look into recruiting there. Left outside linebacker, he has one. Chris Apinelli, rated 54. Yeah, Mike's definitely going to want to recruit some left outside linebackers. At the middle linebacker spot, Jackson Borough, senior, rated 77. And a junior, Damon Olison II, rated 75. And then sophomore, Kayvon Sherman, rated 75. At least if these two leave, he has Sherman to fill in. And also sophomore Matthew Presley on depth. So the middle linebacker is going to take a hit, but there is some depth to cover it. Right outside linebacker, both seniors, Daniel Bolden and Lance Dixon. He's definitely going to want to recruit some right outside linebackers. At cornerback, his best one is junior Avery Smith at 75. Then he has Nasir Bowers, another junior, at 74. Hopefully they stay because he's going to be losing two seniors, Zeke Blake and Andre Fuller, both rated 68. So he's probably going to want to do some recruiting for cornerback. At free safety, junior Emmanuel McNeil Warren, rated 87. This kid looks like a stud. I hope he comes back for him because he's going to lose to Jarius Perkins, who's rated 76. He's a senior. At strong safety, senior Maxon Hook, rated 88. His safeties are a beast, but unfortunately he'll only get 1 year out of Maxon. He also has Braden Owls, rated 70, and John Allen, rated 66, to fill in when Hook leaves next year. At kicker, he has two seniors, Luke Pollock and Michael Denning, so he's probably going to want to look into recruiting the kicker. And at punter, he has a sophomore, Emilio Duran, rated 73. That's not too bad for a sophomore punter. So his roster's looking pretty good. In a lot of ways, it's looking better than mine. So, and he's got a 1.5 star team. So compared to my 2.5 star team. Let's take a look at the top stories real quick going around the league. We have a Heisman Trophy watch. This is the preseason projections. Number 1 is Oregon State's Ollie Gordon II. Number 2 is Shindor Sanders, Deion Sanders' boy from Colorado. Number 3 is Quinshawn Judkins out of Ohio State. Number 4 is Travis Hunter, also out of Colorado. And number 5 is Carson Beck out of Georgia. Beck was recognized as an All-American, has been named to the preseason first team All-American, as well as Jenkins is also recognized as a preseason first team All-American. And we have running back Ollie Gordon II, also on the preseason first team All-American as well. Let's take a look at those All-Americans real quick here. We have at quarterback Carson Beck out of Georgia. Running back Quinshawn Jenkins out of Ohio State, and Ollie Gordon II out of Oklahoma State. Wide receiver Emeka Ebuka, I know I butchered that last name, out of Ohio State. Travis Hunter out of Colorado, and Tatario McMillan out of Arizona. Tight end Colston Loveland out of Michigan. Left tackle LSU's Will Campbell. Left guard Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State. Center Parker Brailsford out of Alabama. Right guard Tate Ratledge out of Georgia. and right tackle Emory Jones Jr. out of LSU. That winds down the preseason first-team All-American offense. On the defensive side, we have left end Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State, right end James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee. Defensive tackles are Mason Graham out of Michigan and Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. So both tackles, defensive tackles out of Michigan, anchoring the D line. Left outside linebacker Mikhail Williams out of Georgia. Middle linebacker Jay Higgins out of Iowa. Right outside linebacker Barrett Carter out of Clemson. And the secondary for the first team All-American preseason. Cornerback Will Johnson out of Michigan. Cornerback Benjamin Morris out of Notre Dame. Free safety Caleb Downs out of Ohio State. And strong safety Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State. At kicker, we have Graham Nicholson out of Alabama and punter Tommy DeMaine out of Michigan. So quite a few Wolverines on this list. Second team All-American. We have quarterback Dylan Gabriel out of Oregon. Running backs are Travion Henderson out of Ohio State and Omarion Hampton out of North Carolina. Wide receivers are Tez Johnson out of Oregon, Luther Burden III out of Missouri, wide receiver Evan Stewart out of Oregon, and at tight end we have Mitchell Evans out of Notre Dame. The O-line for the second team preseason All-American team. Left tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. out of Texas. Left guard Dylan Fairchild out of Georgia. Center Jonah Monaheim out of USC. Right guard Jaden Roberts out of Alabama. Right tackle Ajani Cornelius out of Oregon. And that is the offense for the preseason second team All-Americans. The defense is left end Landon Jackson out of Arkansas, right end Abdul Carter out of Penn State. Defensive tackles are Tyleek Williams out of Ohio State and Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss. Left outside linebacker Harold Perkins Jr. out of LSU. Middle linebacker Deontay Lawson out of Alabama. And right outside linebacker Nick Jackson out of Iowa. The secondary is cornerback Denzel Burke out of Ohio State and cornerback Jabbar Muhammad out of Oregon. Free safety Malik Starks out of Georgia. Billy Bowman Jr. out of Oklahoma. And the kicker is Andre Borger. I know I'm going to butcher this. Andres Borregales out of Miami. And punter is Ross James out of Oregon. And that is the preseason second team All-American. Let's take a look at the preseason top 25. And Georgia is at number 1. Ohio State at number 2. Texas at number 3. Oregon at number 4. Ole Miss at number 5. Alabama number 6. Penn State number 7. Notre Dame number 8. Michigan number 9. Missouri number 10. Florida State number 11. Utah is 12th. LSU 13th. Oklahoma is 14th. Tennessee is 15th. Arizona is 16th. Clemson is 17th. Oklahoma State is 18th. Kansas State is 19th. Louisville is 20th. That is your top 20. And rounding up the top 25, Kansas 21, NC State 22, Miami 23, Texas A&M 24, and USC is 25. That is the media poll and the coaches poll. Now this is a bit different. We have Ohio State number 1, Georgia number 2, Oregon number 3, Texas number 4. Alabama 5. Notre Dame 6. Michigan 7. Ole Miss 8. Penn State 9. LSU 10. Oklahoma 11. Florida State 12. Utah 13. Missouri 14. Kansas 15. Oklahoma State 16. Arizona 17. Tennessee 18. Texas A&M 19. Washington 20. Clemson 21. USC 22. Miami 23. Kansas State 24. And Louisville 25. And that is the preseason top 25 coaches poll. Okay, so let's take a look at the conferences now. I am in the SEC, which means I am going to have to deal with number 6 Alabama, number 7 Texas, number 1 Georgia, number 10 Missouri, number 14 Oklahoma, number 5 Ole Miss, number 13 LSU, number 15 Tennessee, number 24 Texas. So half the conference is ranked. This is going to be a dogfight like it always is in the SEC. Then there's Kentucky, Auburn, Florida, South Carolina, Mississippi State, Arkansas, and last but not least, me, Vanderbilt. And I believe Mike is in the MAC. Yeah, there he is. So in the MAC, Mike is going to have to contend with Miami University. There is him right there, Toledo, Ohio, Northern Illinois, Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, Buffalo, Ball State, Western Michigan, Akron, and Kent State. No one is ranked because it's the MAC, but hopefully by the end of the season, Mike can squeeze into the top 25 and start the rise of the Toledo Rockets. Let's start the recruiting process here. Now, I set my pipeline up for Tennessee because that's where Vanderbilt is. So let's take a look and see here who we have recommended for us. Let's see, we have some 3-star recruits. Looks like mainly 3-star. We do have a left end that is a 4-star recruit. We're top on his list. He's going to be our top target. What else do we have here? Looks like a bunch of 2s and 3s. Okay. Can deal with that. I could do this easier and just search by who's the interest level. That blows me away that this dude, Earl Lambo, is a 4-star recruit and he's interested in me. Let's go. I'll take that. I'll take that and run with it. Let's see if we can nab some of these 3-star recruits. Who do we got here? He's interested in. We're first on his list. Sure, I'm interested in you, Lawrence Yemeni. Right tackle. Not very high on the draft board though. Let's see him. Let's recruit some other right tackles here. I mean, I like it that we're first on these guys' list. Fullback. Kind of feel like I should go after a quarterback too. Go after you. I mean, I'll go after some 2-star recruits if I have to. Eric Gross, we're second on his list. There's a left end right there. Rossi. Eric Crom. Defensive tackle right here. Chip Let's go after him. We're second on his list. We might be able to sway him. How far up the list are we? Okay, we might not be able to sway him from Georgia. It looks like he really wants to go to Georgia. So let's try to go for him as well. Right, and second on his list. Second on his list. Second for this guy. I mean, that's a pretty even matchup between Tennessee and him, and he's in the top 1,000. Cornerback. Iosefa Cobbs. Second on his list. Let's go after him. Ooh, let's try to steal this punter from Auburn. Wide receiver, that's a need. That's going to be a battle with Georgia. Let's go. Let's go. Right guard is a need. Free safety. Oof, that's going to be a battle. But let's see if we can do it. Cornerback. We're third on that list. I think we can get him. I really want to go after a quarterback, though, but I'm not really seeing anything spectacular. I mean, it'd be nice if we could get a 3-star interested in us. Joey Essie. I don't know. We're gonna make a play for him. He's open. He's in Ohio. And we're good on the deal breaker. We're great on his deal breaker, TJ Lawrence. So let's make a play at him and good on his deal breaker. Now let's go after a quarterback who's actually interested in us. See, athletic could be anything. That's the thing with that. Another athletic. We're in this guy's top 8. We're in his top 6. Gerald Haskins. What's Haskins is 554. I would throw Gerald Haskins in there. Oh no, he's an athletic guy. See, I want a quarterback. Let's see if we can get him. I mean, a 4-star recruit's a 4-star recruit. Who's in my pipeline here for quarterback? He's athletic. Let's go after him. Okay, he's a 3-star. I'm already targeting him. Ooh, vey. Yeah, I'm not competing with Florida, Florida State, Miami, Georgia. I'm not getting him. That's not happening. Jeez Louise. I don't even know if I can compete with them. Boy, they. A lot of people here, a lot of good schools. I don't know if I can compete with them. Alright, let's take a shot and go after him. At the very least, I'm gonna go for quarterback wise. .230. Trying to see who the highest rated quarterback is, and it's an offensive player. I mean, it's an athlete. Alright, so at the very least, I'll go after this kid. 2. Let's go back to need. Alright, let's go back to need here. We probably can get these guys. So I'm gonna go back and get some of these ones that are 100% interested in us. At least the top, or the 3-star people at the very least. You're interested by a good bit. Some of these athletes here. I'm running out of targets. I have your deal breaker and let's see here. A couple more people I can target. Hopefully as I go, this will get better. But as of now, let's nab some of these these first interest ones to round it out. I got 4 more targets I can go after. I just have to figure out which ones. Let's see here. Looks like I got most of the ones that are in the thousands targeted that were on first choice. Let's go after the right tackle and go after the middle linebacker. I have a substantial lead over Duke. That's going to be a dogfight. But there are some pretty prestigious schools interested in him. So, and he's choosing me over them. Again, pretty prestigious schools. I'm going to go with them. And that's my 35 targets. Let's actually get some offers out here now. He is my #1 Earl Lambeau, my left end. The only 4-star recruit I'm going after. He's my #1 target. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, let's add action. Let's begin the scouting. I can't do any scouting yet? Okay. Let's offer him a scholarship. He's a 4-star recruit. Let's keep him first. And I can't do anything else yet with him. But I have my board set up. And I can always take back these scholarships too. I don't have to keep them. But it doesn't look really like I can recruit anybody. So I'm going to hold off doing any more scholarships because I want to see what their stats are going to be before I offer something willy-nilly. But he's a 4-star recruit, so I definitely want him. He could be a cornerstone to my D-line. I'll be interesting to see what Metal Mike does with his scouting, if we go after some of the same guys or not. So Metal Mike has to do his scouting. When his scouting's done and we advance, I will see you guys for episode 2. Thank you for joining us for the first episode of our NCAA Dynasty, Vanderbilt and Toledo. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It would help me out. It would help the channel out. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. You can see any of my drops, whether it's conventions, Dead by Daylight, NCAA football. You're not gonna want to miss it. It's good shit. Hey, I'm honest, right? Well, you all be safe, and I will see you next time. Later, guys. Johnny H out.